We're going to do something a little bit different today. If you are like me and have small kids that are interested in trains and you want to have a train layout built just for them, or you want to start model railroading and you have no idea where to start because you've never done it before, we're going to go through from start to finish how to do just that.
This video is brought to you by Model Railroad Academy. Model Railroad Academy is your online resource for model railroad instructions, ideas, and information, with loads of tutorials and articles for model railroaders of every skill level. One of my personal favorites is Alan Keller's Great Model Railroads series. It is just so much fun to look at all of these different model railroads from all of these different great model railroaders and just get inspiration from those. Plus, you can find tutorials on everything from bench work to electronics to scenery, all sorts of things there. The first 1,000 people to sign up at the link in the description below will get a full year of premium membership to Model Railroad Academy for $1.49.
A lot of people want to build a model railroad, but see the beautiful works of art that are so often shown and think, man, I could never build that. I didn't start there. Here is my first layout when I came back into the hobby. Far from what this is. Okay, let's get started. For this, I'm using parts from a Bachmann HO scale starter set that I bought a few years ago, and it can be bought at a link in the description. HO is the most popular scale worldwide, so it's the easiest to find items for. I added 2 straight pieces to make an oval out of the circle of track that comes with it. Now, I have a scrap piece of plywood that I'm building this on, but you can fit this on a 4x4 sheet that you can buy in most places like Home Depot. I am going to cut the corners, but that is not necessary. Next, we're going to put a grass mat on the board. I did initially try to use white glue for this, but let's just say your results may vary, and don't do what I do and roll out the grass mat and flip the board on top because it did not end up well. I ended up pulling that grass mat off and picked up another mat and used spray adhesive to attach it by rolling it on top of the spray adhesive. There you go, spending extra money so you guys don't have to. Now I cut the excess mat off. I used double-sided tape to hold the edges down. You can either cut the edge or make it to where the mat folds over the edge. One thing I did do for the board is I added some casters to the bottom. I did this so the kids can move it around the floor and not have to worry about lifting a heavy board. Now it's time for the track. I'm using Bachmann Easy Track that came with the set plus a couple extra straight pieces like I said. And I won't be permanently attaching this. Trust me, this will not be your last layout and you'll want to salvage the track, and just not permanently attaching it is going to make that a lot easier. Plus you may want to do some changes while you still have this layout. Next up, we're going to make some roads. First, I need to figure out where I want my buildings. Now I got all of these used buildings for about 20 bucks used at a model train shop that just had some estate sale stuff. So definitely check the used market, but there's also many new pre-built building options out there. You can also check out things like Bachmann's plastic build kits. Those are super easy to build. Once I have where I'm going to put my buildings, I can put the roads down. Now, if you want a one-piece solution, you can buy something like this roadway tape. I went with plain old black craft tape, which is basically kind of like weak duct tape. I made the roads 2 strips wide so that my kids could use Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars on it. By the way, Hot Wheels and Matchbox are S-scale, but this is close enough. I also covered up the power connection with tape to hold it in place. I can now add some trees. I'm using 2 12-packs of HO scale trees from JTT Scenery. You can use the ones of your choice. I'm going to use super glue to hold these down because they will not stand up on their own for long if they're just put on there with the bases. For the lines on the road, I used an oil paint pen to draw them, and this worked shockingly well. Now all we have to do is put our train and connect the throttle, and we are good to go. Building your first train set is a learning experience. You're starting on your model railroad journey and figuring out what you like and what you don't. And when you are ready to move on, you can start exploring more things, like for example, what's offered by these model railroad businesses.
Mini Prints creates 3D printed detail parts, figures, and animals that make your model railroad layout come alive. Get 15% off with code DIY15 at miniprints.com. Trains in the Valley is a model train shop located in Pennsylvania. They sell new and used model trains with a mission to make trains accessible to everyone. You can check them out at trainsinthevalley.com, link in the description.
Now, if you're looking to advance in the hobby or figure out what you want to do, I've done some videos. You can check them out right here. Big thank you to Model Railroad Academy for sponsoring this video. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, and happy railroading.